Hey guys, it's Missy Wolf and I'm here with Kaylee Rutland, and we are here in downtown Nashville, and you would never know, but this amazing office that we're in, I just love it. You guys just have to come down to Nashville to see what these offices look like. But thank you, number one, for coming on a rainy day, and it's really, the weather here is crazy, but you came and you took time to come sit with us today, so I want to thank you for that, number one.
I'm happy to. Thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely. Now, I want to talk about your newest single, Pick Me Up. Now, I love coffee. And first thing I noticed in that video was coffee. And so, are you a coffee drinker?
Oh, like 3 cups a day, minimum.
See.
Coffee is life. And it is the best pick-me-up.
It really is. It's whenever I'm in a bad mood at home, I'm like, daughter, make me coffee. And if I'm in a really bad mood, they just slip the coffee in at the desk. And they're like, here, Mom, chill out. It's great. No, I love coffee too. But that video, the lyric video that I saw was really fun. But I want to know more about that single. Did you write it? Were you co-writing on it, or tell us about it?
I co-wrote Pick Me Up with Jamie O'Neill and Minnie Murphy.
Oh, awesome. And we all love Jamie O'Neill.
She's brilliant and so talented and so much fun to write with. She is a hoot and a half.
Really?
She's so funny. We'll start talking about the song, and with this one, I think I had gotten off of class on a Friday when we wrote it, and we were kind of wanting to kick back and just kind of get that idea of the let go, feel free at the end of the weekend kind of vibe.
Right.
And so we would talk about that for a minute, and then her dog would come running into the room, and we would take a 10-minute break to coo and baby voices to Lil Chelsea, and then we'd get back on the song and then go off on a tangent talking about coffee. And
oh, see, that's great. Now,
what the best kind of writing. I love it.
You know what? That's real. That's one of those moments where when you can actually connect to somebody on a real level. To me, that's a lot of fun. And I love coffee breaks with people all the time. And I always figure out, okay, what kind of coffee do you like? Where do you want to go? Let's all go. Let's meet for coffee. And I make all these dates, and then sadly, they don't all happen, but it's okay. What kind of coffee is your favorite?
Okay, so fun question, because until college, I didn't drink coffee at all.
Okay.
I thought that my chocolate chip frappuccino at Starbucks made me really mature until I found out it doesn't have coffee in it. So I gradually came in through the frappuccino game, gradually adding more and more coffee, until lately I've only been drinking black coffee. So now it just kind of depends on my mood. I'm glad that I've gotten to the point where I can be that cool kid that likes black coffee.
Right.
I don't have to lie about it.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't like black coffee, and I'm not going to lie. I'm a hazelnut creamer girl.
Ooh, but that's so good, though.
Oh, my God. Anything hazelnut. I'm just Nutella, anything hazelnut. I'm just all about the hazelnut stuff. So, but no, so that's when I connected to your video immediately. Was like, oh, this is the great kind of pick-me-up that I love. But you have a great voice, and your song, Daddy's Got a 45, I was hysterical. I'm like, I love that. And my dad always had guns growing up, but I want to know about that song too, because your voice in that song was very, very, very mature. When I first heard that song, I thought, wow. And when I talked to you, a few weeks ago when we did that, the new in Nashville, I think is what it was. Yes. When we talked about that and I saw you performing on stage, it was so completely different than that song. And you've grown a lot. And I want to know how you feel about that, where you were and where you are now.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because sometimes my brother will start playing that song to mess with me. And I mean, all the time I'm like, oh, turn it off. I'm cringing because I hear, vocals from almost 4.5 years ago. And I'm like, no, it sounds so bad. I could have done so much better. But I mean, I loved it. And that song's very true to my personal experience. Grew up in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
My stepdad is definitely the, protective of his 3 daughters. I'll get you if you come for my girls kind of guy.
Right.
So the dad in the music video is very much my parents in real life. But I mean, as much as I tease my brother and tell him to turn off the song, I still love that song, and it still holds a special place for me.
Well, and you have to know that you couldn't get to where you are now if it wasn't for where you were before.
Absolutely.
And so that's why I wanted to see what your take was on it, because I love that song and I think it's great. And I'm actually going to post a link to it with the article because I love it, and I want everybody to hear it, and I want everybody to see it and see where you were and see where you are now. But the story within that song just made me hysterical, because we all know that one girl who has that one dad who is like, you come for me, my daughter, and I will have a gun waiting right there. You will see it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think I think a lot of people can relate to that, and I thought it was just a lot of fun. So
thank you. And it was a true thing. When I got picked up for senior prom, my stepdad literally came to the door with a 45 in each hand.
Oh wow, he was double fisting it.
Dead serious, ready to go.
And your prom date, how did he handle that?
He was a gun guy himself. So
Okay.
the song was out by then. He had heard it. There was a song about him on the EP, so he thought it was hilarious.
Okay, that's great. That's awesome. Now, I know you just talked about school, too, and I heard you made the dean's list.
I did make the dean's list. First time ever. I was really excited about that.
That is awesome. Well, that's good. So congratulations to you. And
Thank you.
What I love about that is even though you're following your dream and you're doing music, you're actually still continuing your education. And so many people don't have that. So, they get burned out. And it's nice to see that you haven't got burned out. I got burned out. I'm sorry, you guys. I totally got burned out on school and I didn't finish. And I wish I had. And I know that I can go back, and maybe I will. But it's really nice to see that you are managing your time. And, the fact that you made the dean's list, it's just made me so happy and proud of you.
Oh, thank you. And I know that, like, college especially is not something that's for everyone. And it's not something that necessarily lines up with every single person's, like, goals and what they want out of life. And like society kind of like sets us up against that. Like sometimes people look down on you if you don't go to college. And I think that's ridiculous. But for me, college was just kind of something that I always was just like, yeah, like that's just a given. Like, of course I go to college. That seemed in my mind like just what you do. And then when I applied for colleges and I was looking around at them my senior year in high school, my choir teacher told me about some school in Nashville, and I had no idea what I wanted to major in, no idea what I wanted to do outside of music. Music was just the only thing that I ever wanted to do. And so I was like, well, that's in Music City. Like, I might as well, like, go check it out. So I toured the campus when I was writing Daddy's Got a 45 and working on that first EP. And I fell in love with Belmont, and I heard that I could major in music business, and, like, how is that not a dream come true? And so it kind of all just fell into place.
Now, do you still talk to the teacher that led you this direction?
Oh, yeah, we're Facebook friends.
Nice. Social media is just great. It's like you always get to have reunions on there.
I love it.
It's so much fun. And I was surfing your social media a little bit ago, and I saw that you were, I think it's the Nashville showroom, and you were trying on dresses. There was a red dress.
The donut, the double donut.
Oh my gosh. First of all, nobody could pull that dress off. And you pulled that dress off. Like, I could never. Mine would have been like the double jelly donut. It would have been bad.
Oh my God.
It would not have been good at all. I don't even know. The designer who designed that dress, I was just floored. Look at me. I'm still speechless. What was it like trying on that dress? Did you do it as like a joke? Did you think it was crazy? And I don't know. What were your thoughts when you put that on?
Well, we saw it on the hanger, and stuff always looks different on the hanger than it does on your body. And we were like, oh, this looks cute and fun to try on. And, like, I put it on, and I looked in the mirror, and I was just like, oh, my gosh, there is no way. Like, I look like a crazy person. And we came out, and we were like, okay, well, like, maybe if you didn't, like, put the dress on backwards. So, fixed the dress. It was a little bit better. But it was so funny because my arms, I didn't realize how attached they would be, but they were literally at my hips, and I was like, all right, so, like, this isn't something you could perform in. Like, you're walking around, because if you want to hold up a microphone, hello, everyone.
Right,
so
yeah.
We didn't end up getting the dress, but it was super fun, and I loved at least getting to try it on.
Absolutely. Well, it looked like a really fun, creative dress, but the whole time I'm thinking, how does anybody move in that? Like,
I know.
It just didn't seem like it would be good for me at all. It really wouldn't. And it wouldn't be good for you if I had tried it on either. But when I saw it, though, it was so cute. Like, the shape of it reminded me of like a manta ray, or
I think I got to see that.
Yeah, or
had
like
those big holes right by your eye.
it was kind of like triangle. Like, yeah, it was just kind of funny. Anyways, I don't know. That was my fun thing. But so I know that you brought your guitar, and you are gonna sing for everybody. So we are gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, you guys, she is gonna be singing you guys a song, and it's a surprise. I don't even know what it is yet. So stay tuned. Okay. And we're back with Kaylee Rutland, and she is going to be singing one of her newest songs, her single, Pick Me Up.
I've been working all week long, and I can't wait for Friday. Another cup of coffee ain't gonna do the trick this time. Been checking my phone and staring at the big clock, tick-tock. I wanna leave this all behind. Let me tell you what I got in mind. Fishing in the dark, tearing up the town, and no place to park where we can get down. Doesn't really spark that lights that fire and sets us free. Yeah, we're on a natural high, automatic, it's magic. Anywhere we wanna be, I don't care as long as you're with me. Fishing in the dark, tearing up the town, and no place to park where we can get down. Doesn't really matter what we do to shake off them blues, yeah. You know I picked the place and I picked the time. It's the perfect day to party all night. And baby, all I need is you to pick me up, up, up. Come on, pick me up, up, up. Hurry up, I can't wait to see you. Let's do the things only we do. No one picks me up like you do. So are you down to pick me up, 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 up? Pick me up, 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 up. I've been working all week long and I can't wait for Friday. Fishing in the dark and tearing up the town, and no place to park where we can get down. Doesn't really matter what we do to shake off them blues, yeah. You know I picked the place and I picked the time. It's the perfect day to party all night. And baby, all I need is you to pick me up, up, up. Come on, pick me up, up. Only you can pick me up, up, up. Pick me up, up, up. Come on, pick me up, up. Baby, you're my pick me up, up, up.
Yay, I love that. Isn't she great, you guys? I know you can't answer me right now, but you can leave a comment on the article. So they need to do that, right? Okay.
Only if it's super nice.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Otherwise, I'll delete it. No, I'm just kidding. They would never, ever, ever.
People are only ever nice on social media.
Well, they're great. People are great, and fans are great, and
That's
you know.
true.
And I know you have a pretty loyal fan base, which is really, really good. So
They're actually fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really so nice.
they become like family, right? I mean,
I feel like I know some of them. You talk to them on Twitter and you see and reply to their messages, and you actually do feel like you know them in person, even if you've never met.
and I don't know if you know this, but for so many people, when you take the time to respond to them, they feel so special. Like, oh my gosh, I love her. I love her music. And she just wrote back to me. And, you know, a lot of people don't realize that, you know, I don't know. I feel like, I'm sorry, you guys, but, you know, when you're a fan of somebody, you think, okay, we're all just a bunch of fans, and you put everybody up on a pedestal. So when you realize and you have that moment where they're human and they're talking to me and they are real and they know who I am, it is one of those moments that can be overwhelming, but in the greatest way for fans. And I mean, I've seen it over and over and over. And then eventually these super fans become friends and ambassadors, and they're promoting you everywhere. And it's so much fun to see. And I think without social media, you know, I mean, I think it would be a lot harder to grow music these days.
I agree. It helps kind of bring that community together. And I'm partial to country music, but country music itself is such a community between artists and fans and even people who work on the industry business side of things, that it's kind of cool to see it all come together.
Absolutely. And it really, honestly, I mean, I say this all the time too, is country music artists and fans, they have much better relationships than, you know, the rock stars. And I mean, the rock stars seem so untouchable unless you've been to every single one of the shows, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they've just seen you a million times. Then they get to know you and they're like, wow, okay. But country music artists, and, you know, you have events like CRS and country, you know, CMA Fest. And so you guys get to connect with fans all the time here. And it's pretty incredible. And I think that means a lot to everybody that, you know, comes out to these events. And definitely country music artists are easily, you know, approachable and everything in every aspect. And I think that's great. What do you think about all that?
I agree. I do love that. And I mean, being a fan of other country artists myself, I know that I get excited if someone favorites one of my tweets, or if I get to, you know, I used to go to all of the behind the scenes and like meet them backstage events that I could. And the picture that I have with scrawny young Kaylee and like Hunter Hayes, I still love.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
stuff like
awesome.
that. Just like you were saying, it makes it so personal.
Definitely. I know I have so many pictures where I look back, and I posted some the other day on my own site, but I had pictures with Nickelback years ago.
Yes.
And see, and I'm like, that was my moment. I was like, oh my God, Chad Kroeger is right there next to me. And I had the biggest smile that my top lip, I think, disappeared in that picture, but I don't care. It was great. But you know what? Fans love that. And, out here, they have so much more of that. So I want to know who are you fangirl for, like, big time? Because for me, it's my Bon Jovi and my Nickelback.
Ooh, nice. My all-time favorite's Reba McEntire.
Ooh.
Queen of Country. She is amazing.
Fire, redhead, just amazing powerhouse. That woman can sing.
She's got the vocals.
Mm-hmm.
She is an incredible businesswoman.
Right.
I've seen her live, and she's so funny on stage. And I love that she talks about her faith so openly. Like,
yes.
everything just hits it on the head every time.
And her latest single, was it "Give It Back to God"? Is that what it is? Or "Back to God"? Oh my gosh, I love that song. It's great.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. And she's so funny on her TV shows and stuff that she does. She's just one of those women. So has she been a big influence in your life?
Ever since I first heard her sing, absolutely.
Oh, see, that's great. And I know that you probably grew up with like the Carrie Underwood and everything too. So is she another one that you've listened to and that, has influenced you at all? Because for me, I can see some sassiness, but some wholehearted love in your songs. And to me, that reminds me of Carrie.
I can't even tell you how much I appreciate that. Because, I have my top 3, and it's Reba, Carrie, Sarah Evans.
Oh,
and
wow.
those, I listen to them, all the time from, some of them are a little newer, but even in elementary school and watching American Idol or watching Reba on TV and listening to Born to Fly and Studs in the Bucket, all throughout. Those have been huge inspirations.
That's great. I know. I love those ladies so much. And they're a huge part of your life. And it doesn't matter what stage of life you're in and how old you are. Like, their music is just, it's so relevant to everybody. And I absolutely love all of those ladies. So good job on those choices. But I have to ask you another question, because we were talking about coffee and I like to get to know people. So do you have a favorite candy?
I have an ordered list of my favorite candy.
Okay.
But number 1 is Baby Ruth.
Oh, Baby Ruth. All right, mine's Sour Patch Kids.
Stop. What's your favorite color of Sour Patch Kids?
The yellow and the red.
Oh, nice. Mine's the orange. So we could split a bag of Sour Patch Kids, we'd get along fine. Shut up! You have a Sour Patch Kids. That is the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, and I'm addicted. You guys who know me know that I'm addicted. And I brought these to CRS, and some Aristo staff members were eating my Sour Patch Kids with me, and
those folks.
It was great. And in fact, we also had some other interviews that we had done that day, and some of the artists. One of the artists was like, "My blood sugar's a little low." I'm like, "Open my bag." I got Sour Patch. I got Twix. I had so much stuff, and they're just looking at me like, "You're kind of crazy." I'm like, "But I like my candy a lot." So I had to know. And I'm sorry, you guys. You all know I'm nuts, so it's nothing new to you. But I'm sorry if you think I'm crazy. But no,
only in the best way.
I had to know. So did that one make your list? Does Sour Patch make your list then of your favorite candies?
Yeah, I think it's number 4 actually.
Oh, okay. So then what's number 2 and 3?
Number 2 is the Hershey bar with almonds in it.
Ooh, the almonds. Good job.
Do love it. And then number 3 is, fittingly, 3 Musketeers.
Oh, that was always my number 1 growing up. I loved it because
I'm a chocolate girl.
Now, did you find yourself taking the chocolate off around the side and then just leaving the center part on the 3 Musketeers?
I have never done that. But my roommate, who doesn't eat chocolate, brings candy back to our apartment all the time, and it's full of 3 Musketeers.
Okay.
So
you're gonna have to go try
get
that.
Home, I will try that.
I want you to you should take a picture, and you should tag me in it on Instagram.
I will,
because I need to see that. You guys, it's the best. I know I'm crazy. I'm sorry, but it's candy, and we love it, and it's chocolate, and chocolate's the greatest.
Chocolate's always the greatest.
Chocolate's amazing, and it fills in the gaps when life sucks. So, right?
It does.
That and music, but I don't know how to play, and I don't know how to sing. So you've got me beat on all that. You're pretty great.
Thank you.
Anyways, you guys, this is Kaylee Rutland, and you guys need to stay tuned for more from her. She is amazing. We love her. Follow her on social media. And what do you have coming up that you can tell them? I'm sorry, I almost forgot. What do you have coming up?
You're good. Well, the latest thing right now is the Pick Me Up music video. So if you haven't seen that, go to KayleeRutland.com or check it out on YouTube. But right now, I'm hoping to go on a radio tour this summer and release some new music later on in 2017.
Nice. So stay tuned for that. Until next time. See ya.